Ladies and gentlemen, Chris King.
We're a company in Silicon Valley. We're a software company in the smart meter space. We make software that goes in the utility back office that connects the smart meter systems to the utility IT systems. We've been around about 10 years.
Hi, Chris. Josh Hart with StopSmartMeters.org. I think it's appropriate that you refer to consumers as rats, because I think that people in California increasingly feel like rats being experimented on with wireless technology. And I'm just wondering, how does the industry plan to respond to the thousands of people in California who've been sickened, complain of headaches, ringing in the ears, dizziness, nausea, and other symptoms after a smart meter was installed? You know, is it your position that all the people who are reporting this, making formal complaints to the CPUC, are just making it up? And in retrospect, perhaps was wireless the best communications platform to use, given the privacy, security, and health impacts, even as states such as Oregon yesterday introduced legislation warning consumers about the non-thermal impacts of cell phones?
Let me make it clear that I didn't refer to consumers as rats. I said some experimenters have treated them as such. So you asked a lot of questions there.
Should the industry have chosen another platform besides wireless? Isn't that creating a big headache not only for individuals in their homes, but also the industry having to respond to this?
My response is to look to it's twofold. First of all, I think when people have concerns, we have to take them seriously, and we have to listen to them, and we need to give them the opportunity to voice them and present them in appropriate forms and address them in a serious and respectful manner. The second thing is, as far as wireless goes, I look to the experts and all the reports that have been done by the FCC, most recent one in California. I forget the exact title of it, but California group of scientists did that. And the body of literature over the years has never shown any harm from wireless. The other factor there is just the amount of wireless that's out there already and where this fits into that, which is very low. There's always a cell phone example. But even if you don't have a cell phone, you have other things in the environment. You have television and radio antennas. You have microwave ovens. You have garage door openers. You have baby monitors. Baby monitors put out more RF emissions than smart meters. So I look to the scientific evidence out there and try to take a balanced view of that.
I mean, given that the emissions from smart meters are equivalent to living between 300 and 600 feet in proximity to a major cell phone tower, shouldn't people have the opportunity to choose whether they are exposing themselves to this radiation rather than having it forced upon them, given the emerging health questions?
Well, I can't confirm your numbers because I haven't looked at those. As far as the opportunity to choose, I think that's a policy issue that is really up to the PUC to take a look at. And I don't know all the details on that as well.
We've got time for one more. Go ahead.
There have been decades of research on the health effects of EMS, and primarily conducted by epidemiologists in conjunction with scientists, etc. Now you have cohorts of adopters of eMeters and smart grid technologies. Has there been any thought of designing studies involving epidemiologists to go in and see if now these households that have this extra exposure have any differences in incidences of health effects? I mean, this is clearly a cohort that the adoption seems to be stalled by groups that are concerned.
So that's one of the things I was going to mention is you do have, this is sort of, this wave of smart meters is the second wave, and the first wave goes back to 1990. There are over 50 million electric meters that have radios in them today, before smart meters that have been used for remote meter reading. So someone could look at that. Certainly no health effects have been reported. 20 years, 50 million meters. So at that level, it's been studied, but as far as the scientific level, looking at those particular customers and so on, I'm not aware of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank our speaker.